the new policy from President Donald Trump toward Latin America. President Trump, unlike many others in Washington Biden's administration, recognized the gravity of the situation in Mexico and understood the dangers posed by the cartels, not only as the main culprits behind flooding the United States with fentanyl, but also as a destabilizing force threatening the security of the entire hemisphere. He took a bold and decisive step, designating the Mexican drug cartels as terrorist organizations. I have tried 3 times to pass a bill at the Senate to designate cartels as terrorists, 3 times from years ago. But López Obrador and Claudia Sheinbaum ordered the Morena senators to vote against it. Why? Because they are narco-politicians. Trump's decision sent a clear message to the Mexican establishment, exposing the complicity of members of the Mexican government and forcing the new administration to take at least some steps to combat cartels. This pressure from the United States had some results: the extradition of dozens of drug lords to the United States, and finally accepting the United States intelligence capabilities in Mexico to go after these organizations. It seems to be a great result, but far from it. These are just baby steps in such an enormous criminal context that's known as a narco state. I firmly believe that millions of Mexicans welcome and value the United States support in the fight against these narco-terrorists. Without this assistance, we would remain at the mercy of a Mexican government that already had turned its back on its own people. However, allow me to be somewhat skeptical. I do not think these measures will be enough to fundamentally halt Mexico's downward drift. The underlying problems, authoritarianism, statism, corruption, and collusion with cartels, remain deeply entrenched in Claudia Sheinbaum's regime. She is just the continuity of López Obrador. The López Obrador era is not finished yet. Claudia Sheinbaum is his puppet, and even more, she is happy to do as he says. The Mexican regime, despite making some concessions to the Trump administration, views these measures merely as temporary obstacles to its long-term goals.